Okay, good morning, guys. As promised, here's a video of the press almost all the way cleaned up. I have this piece left to clean. I'm kind of doing this in between work and whatnot, but I have this wheel here left to clean up. Everything else is pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and give it some final touches, but you can see how this thing cleaned right up. You know, it was rough. So I gave it the old electric bath there with some water and washing detergent. A couple hours with that and the little charger over there. And that knocked off a lot of the rust, and it definitely made it easier to clean. So cleaned right up. And obviously I got it all taken apart. It was a little tricky getting the shaft out, but so this is the main shaft. The chuck screws onto the end of this, and this threads all the way up into it. And that was kind of rough getting it out, but you got that. There's the actual chuck. And I'm gonna put some finishing touches on this stuff. It's just kind of preliminary cleaning. So it's one of the gears. There's the top piece that I will most likely, I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe grinding this round and maybe I'm gonna add some kind of handle up top, but I think I might tap some threads into the top maybe and attach it with a bolt or something to that effect, but we'll see what happens. Or I might even get a big flat belt and connect it to a motor or whatever and connect it to that wheel and see if, I don't know. I'm thinking that this was driven by this big wheel and some kind of flat belt, but I also want to make it just a hand crank, so we'll see what happens. But here's the other gear. You see the duct tape on there? There's kind of a metal sleeve that goes over this part here, and it was cracked and in about 100 different pieces. And when I took this off, a couple of pieces popped off, and so I got the tape on there to hold everything in its proper place until I figure out what I'm going to do to fix that. So the tape's just holding it all in place because I don't know what I'm going to do yet, whether or not I'm going to take it off, clean it all up, and add something else, or if it's weldable or what. But so for now, got the tape. So got the gears, got the little hand wheel that controls the drill itself, the height of the drill itself. So cleaned up pretty well. Everything came out pretty good, you know. There's the bit that came on it. So that's it. I got that last piece to clean up, and I'll go from there. What else? Only other thing is this vise I picked up the other day there. That's all set and put back together. The Desmond Simplex. And I can show you something. Let me show you something on this while I'm at it. So the vise had kind of a weird design on the as far as the method to hold the screw in place, and I'll show you what I did differently. Am I going to be able to see it? Oh. Bear with me here. Get this thing cranked out. See, it's pretty smooth. I got some stuff I want to do with, I started hitting it with a Dremel to get into some spaces and fine-tuning it, so I'm going to go ahead and do some more with that, but I had to charge the battery. I'm using a cordless Dremel. It's just easier. So, I'm not quite done with this yet. I mean, I might end up painting it. Who knows? I got a bunch of that Rust-Oleum red enamel, but can we see it? Yeah, we can see it. So, anyways, right down there, you can see there's a set screw, Allen head set screw. To the left of that, there is kind of a thick washer, and what that does is it prevents this shaft from sliding out this way to the left. So, the way that it was set up was that they just kind of like put two little cuts into the metal, and it made a portion of the metal rise up, and it, stopped this from sliding out. So when I took this out, I ground those flat, and I didn't really like it. Seemed kind of chintzy, so I drilled the hole and tapped into that, and I have a set screw on either side of the shaft there, and it's nice and tight, and it's not going anywhere. So that's the modification I made. I just think it's better that way. I don't know. So as you can see, there's no forward or backward play at all on this, and it's still plenty loose to move around nicely. Not a bad little vise. You saw it before, it was rough. The only thing I couldn't do was get the jaws off. Now, of course, I could get the jaws off. I just chose, the only way to get them off would be, some crazy heat or drilling out the screws, and I just didn't want to do that. I wanted to leave well enough alone, so I left the jaws intact. This is probably the first vise I've ever done that with, and down the road I may end up doing it. But for now, I got, too much going on, so I don't really have a ton of time to devote to this one little thing. I got bigger fish to fry. I want to get jamming on this drill press here and this other drill press. So, but there she is. Desmond Simplex number 350. Not too shabby. I don't know what these are for. There's set screws on the side there, and there's like a little cavity in there. I don't know. Who knows? Mini anvil. Nice little vise. About the same size, like I've been saying, as my Columbian C43. This smaller little vise. Still plenty useful. All right. So, I think that's about it. Just wanted to show you what's going on with this bad boy. So I'll do a little bit more cleaning over the next couple of days. Finish up that wheel there. I got some cleaning to do on the wood itself there. And I'm throwing around the idea of possibly painting that wood red, but maybe not. It's just an idea. But I may end up just wiping it down and possibly spraying some gloss, clear coat over it. But we'll see. But she cleaned up pretty nice. And all I really have to do is make some kind of hand crank for the top, and this thing will be in business. No maker marks anywhere. I don't know. If anyone has any idea or can find a link or a picture online anywhere of anything like this, definitely let me know. I would appreciate it. Just curious. So, anyways, have a great day. I got to get in there and get some sleep soon. I got to work again tonight. So, appreciate it, guys. Have a great day.